I knew I was going to mess something up. It's hard when DC's not here to keep us all in line. I'm just saying. There we go. And Jen is going to be joining us, but she will be a little bit late. So, hey, everyone.
Hi.
All right. Okay. Well, let's introduce ourselves first, and then we can talk about what Cheryl just posted on her reel. So, Amber and DC's in the chat. So, DC's going to help us in the chat.
Yes.
She's going to make sure we behave. And I did put down in DC's honor that flippity flop words will be used because we know Autumn used them in her life. So,
yeah, she did.
All right, Amber, we'll let you do it first.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Amber Nye. I was a Beachbody coach for 5 years. Took me that long to see the light and acknowledge the red flags that I'd been ignoring. And since I left, I've been doing this work just to tell the truth and bring the facts so people can have all of the information they need to make an informed decision when it comes to joining an MLM or being part of Beachbody, and all of that. So yeah, I in my spare time, I like to read smutty books. I've been working my ass off at Target because I got a job, an actual job that pays me.
Pay you?
Oh yeah,
they pay you for the hours you work.
I got paid yesterday.
Oh,
and it was a lot of money for 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm the president of the Pedro Pascal fan club. I love my Peloton and my plants. If you watch my stories later, I'm about to post some new pictures of all my little plant babies that are coming in. And yeah, that's all there is to me for now.
All right. Cheryl.
All right. I am Cheryl Spears. I am the host of the Call Cheryl Hunt podcast. If you all have listened, thank you so very much. I created the podcast and because of my time that I was in Beachbody for 8 years as a coach and a customer on and off for 8 years. I never achieved anything higher than an emerald rank. My husband was my go-to coach, anyways, my business partner, quote unquote. I just realized yesterday that I've known you ladies for over a year, and I don't think that you all even understand that, and I promise you I won't cry, but I might get a little teary-eyed. I don't think that you DC, Jen, Amber, and Amy understand how much you actually helped me stay out of an MLM. And being in this whole entire world and shedding light on the behaviors and misinformation, you guys have seriously been like the glue that I've needed, because I'm pretty sure that I would have joined. Oh, I know I would have joined another MLM. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Love you, DC. But anyways, besides me being a snarky human being, because I can be that sometimes, I enjoy, right now, I am obsessed with Vanderpump Rules. I am zoned in on this whole entire Scandival thing. If you all do not know what Vanderpump Rules is and the Scandival, this is how I can relate it to you. Is imagine on Friends that Chandler cheated on Monica with Rachel and Joey knew for months. It's mind-blowing.
Okay, but if we decide to watch this show, how far back do we have to go? How many seasons?
Honestly, you'd want to go from the very beginning.
How many
They
seasons
just started.
are there?
There's 10.
Some of them me like a cheat sheet of like specific episodes,
Yeah.
send it to you,
Yeah.
Amy.
Yeah.
Okay, so because here's the thing, I have surgery coming up 2 weeks from today, and
Yeah.
I think that might be a good medicated show to watch.
The reason
Yeah.
that I like this show so much is because I know it's trash TV. I get it, but these people are our age. They're not like they're not straight out of high school or in college. Like they're our age. And so it's like, what? These people really act like this at 30, 35, and 40? It blows my mind. So yeah. And I also love my Peloton. Peloton is actually, yeah, I've loved my Peloton. They're not sponsoring me. They should sponsor the podcast. Call Cheryl Hun podcast should be sponsored by Peloton. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I got.
Awesome. So my name is Amy, and I was also a Diamond Beachbody coach. My diamond was very solid because my emeralds were my husband and my mom. They teach you to do that. So I was pretty solid until I realized that meant I had to recruit everyone under me, under them, under like both legs. It was a lot of people that I was supposed to get in a month. It was ridiculous. And I thought that there was something wrong with me until I started getting into the anti-MLM content and found out that there was an income disclosure that says that it wasn't just me. And all of this information that was out there that we had never seen. And so that is really why I am passionate about this, is because of the damage that these companies, and specifically Beachbody, that they do to your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the health. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, actually. But before we get into that, Cheryl.
Sorry, I was doing some sleuthing myself. So I'm sure if you all might have seen my reel. I just posted a reel today that literally I was just scrolling the good old stories on the internet and clicked the link on Autumn's stories, and it comes up that she's a coach. And so then other people have already sent me information on Instagram that they looked up Jennifer Jacobs' link in her bio, and she also has her coach referral ID for commissions, and so does Joel Freeman. So this is my thing, and this is why it's a big deal. I don't know if anybody else understands why it's a big deal. The big deal is I know how much I struggled month to month to get my sales and to get commission. This isn't fair to current coaches or partners.
Well, also, they're double dipping. Double dipping. Not only are they getting profits from the programs they're creating, but they're profiting from like selling those programs to coaches and then benefiting from the recruitment aspect as well.
Well,
ooh, Carl, you think you're sneaky.
That's
right?
so wrong. Like, is it ethical?
And to me, I think it would be really interesting to see. So Melissa's asking the question, does she have a downline? And where did they place them? Where did they put them in the structure?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee that is part of like the total compensation that they're getting. Because if they have full teams below them, they would be cycling. They would be getting team cycle bonuses.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's funny how all of them seem to push Autumn's programs and Joel's programs the most.
Yes.
Because what if they are all, now this is just me conspiratorially thinking, what if they were all somehow placed within their downlines in some way? You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
That could be interesting, because a rumor, I mean, just let's do a hypothetical, that Carl is coach 1.
Carl is coach 1.
So Carl would be at the tippy top. of the pyramid.
Carl, Tony Horton, I think, was technically a coach too, because he was a founding member. There were 7 founding people. Carl's coach 1. He's the very top. Not only is he CEO, but he's the very beginning of the pyramid.
Oh, like, oh, that is so ridiculous, because we have seen how important it is and how much easier it is if they are even associated with one of the top trainers, right? So just by proximity, Kat gets more popular, Tanya, Christina, like all of these coaches. So,
Yes.
but if you can actually if Autumn is your actual coach, a lot of people would be drawn into that. So,
wow. So this literally just blew my mind. And sorry that literally the reaction that I gave on that video is my reaction.
So,
and I had never used green screen. I have once. I still didn't figure it out. So that was like my second attempt at a green screen. So please ignore it. If ignore the technical difficulties.
So replying to Nina, she asked, so prior to this discovery, Autumn, JJ, and Joel Freeman were not coaches. As far as we know, no. Like, who knows how long they have actually been part of the coaching pyramid, but just discovering it now, because I don't know, whatever link Autumn has lists her as the coach that you're being signed up with.
Yeah, I just saved that link too. Let me find it again.
That is wild.
Here it is.
Well, is your coach number, does it correspond to when you signed up?
I thought it did.
Yeah.
Because if it did, what was her coach number?
Her coach number is, hold on. 2469434.
246.
That's like a recent one, because mine was like a 1.
Yeah, mine was too.
And we're
in.
Hey,
that is interesting. It makes you wonder if she is a newer coach, like if this is a newer thing. Sounds like we have some more research to do.
I just dropped the link in my chat.
Okay,
people. On my channel, if you all want to go look at it. It literally is. I don't know. It's wild. From what I can see is whenever you go to even a current coach's information, because I'm under a regular coach right now on beachbody.com, you have this referral, your rep ID number that shows up, and it's the same as what Autumn's was.
Interesting.
It's a rep. Yep. Interesting.
Right. That's something. We'll have to.
All right. Well, and I'm also, if anybody out there is like a lawyer or knows about like ethics and all that kind of stuff within like the corporate world, I would really like to pick your brain, because I will, for one, tell you that in the corporate world, there's no double dipping, because that's unethical.
No. And so I used to deal a lot with ethics and compliance. And in my opinion, that is one of the reasons that they like to use the MLM model, because they don't have to answer to those same standards of ethics and compliance. I mean, even when we listened to the earnings call a while ago, and they said, well, how many coaches are there in their network? And they did not have to disclose that, because they're independent contractors. So they won't even disclose. So I think they get around a lot with ethics and compliance by doing it. By doing it as a contract employee. Because I can tell you, the companies I worked for, none of the shenanigans that Autumn pulls would be tolerated.
No.
They just aren't.
No.
Nope.
So
You know, she's been really quiet the last couple days after her live.
she has. She did post a few things about haters.
Oh,
Did
did she?
Did she?
And then she also just like reposted different things. And then someone,
Oh, yeah. I saw
and then
that.
someone sent me she had reposted a reel by Lisa Bilyeu that she's talking about, you know, how worried she is that if we just keep going down this path of loving your body, that people are just going to continue to be so unhealthy and die and heart attacks and on and on and
I'm
on.
seeing it now.
Right. And here's the thing. Well, of course you're saying that. You own Quest diet product. Like you own Quest.
Yeah.
So you're pushing shakes and bars and snacks. So dang straight, you don't want people to feel that way.
Man, this is when I hate when people like that say stuff, because I really liked Quest.
Yeah,
I really do.
I do too. But I'm starting to have some second thoughts because they have some interesting views on things.
I know. That's like Alani New. That's like Alani New too. They're
Yep.
horrible, horrible people. But dang it, their freaking drinks are good.
They are. I'm with you. All right, so let's have Jen introduce herself since she just jumped on, and then we're gonna go over to Autumn's video.
Just as I take a bite of food.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We could introduce you.
Welcome, Jen. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Jen.
Cindy. And she is a CPT, certified personal trainer.
Who is up to date on her continuing education.
Correct.
Yay.
Who is always, and it's not all the same thing over and over again.
No.
It's all new stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting how that works.
And it is hair wash day, hence the hat. And I'm channeling DC with my braid.
Yeah, it's for me too.
Yes, I am a certified personal trainer. I run a group called it's called the Anger Fit Community, and then I have Anger Fit Club, which is a small group coaching program with a actual strength training program. The community is just a community with monthly calendars and calls with guest speakers, you know, actual experts in their fields, like pelvic floor physical therapists and registered dietitians and actual menopause experts.
What? No.
Yeah. People who have PhDs and have, you know, not IIN certifications. Anyways, yeah, so that's me. I was a Beachbody coach on and off for 7 years. My net profit was $200, and when I left, I was 1-star qualifying.
$200 over the full 7 years.
Yes.
That was some time well spent.
And the only reason I was
She
in it for
profited
so
though.
long was because I was basically breaking even, so my husband wasn't too pissed off.
Nice. Yeah, I had the delusion that I was breaking even because I saw the checks coming in, but then I just would casually disregard the debits going out. So
Yep.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look, that's interesting. So Jessica just put this. All right. So
Okay.
we are going to hold on. Courtney had a really good idea as well. So hold on. I clicked the wrong one.
You did.
Okay, here we go. I wonder if them getting partner links is related to their covert move to transition out of MLM to affiliate marketing. That is a very interesting question.
Well,
That
as
is
we
an
just
interesting
saw,
question.
but Cheryl, did you send those screenshots from the group about them canceling all the super weekend stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Indefinitely?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to pull those down, but they have canceled the super Saturdays for the summer and the fall, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They're
Well, it's for the fall. It's going to be a business training, but everything will be online.
They're going, no, it will be in person in select cities.
Oh,
There's 6 of them.
Yes.
see, between the 4 of us, we kind of read it, right?
Yeah.
It will be in Philadelphia, Minneapolis, Dallas, Montreal, Toronto, and San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Okay. And then everyone else
is virtual.
So what you're going to do is you're going to have the very top coaches who can afford to go to these things. They will be the ones present, in my opinion.
September 9th and 10th.
Okay. I wanted to just read a comment that Emma put about the whole Autumn being a coach thing. She said, to be fair, I'd assume all of the trainers and even corporate employees were enrolled as coaches so that they could get the discount on the products and programs. It wouldn't make sense for them to be full price customers, and they probably wouldn't qualify for the preferred customer program if they have been with Body for years. I'd assume she wasn't recruiting a team, but her being enrolled as a coach isn't super shocking. I think more than anything, it shows how the MLM structure is outdated and unfair. Now, here's what I have to say to that.
I like when I did the Beachbody, like when I won the Beachbody challenge and I was talking to someone from corporate, like the part of the success, like program, like thing that they had set up for like all the success stories. Like she was telling me, she was like, oh, I wish I could be a coach since we're corporate employees. We're not allowed to.
I remember that
coaches.
too.
Yeah. And I went to the Beachbody headquarters that they have in Provo, Utah, and they just have free product out for them. They can have all the Shakeology. They have energy, like they had everything out for the employees. They didn't have to buy anything. And I would assume as far as the access goes, I mean, for example, I worked for a company that printed checks. God, that makes me sound old. Anyway, we used to have checks. Okay.
I wrote down.
For you millennials,
we still do. We still have checks.
Still have them. But I worked for a check printing company and we got checks for free. So I would assume they would get a link to log in for free as one of the like benefits or perks.
But if you're thinking about
corporate contracts, it would be, it's probably you get this much for free because they want them to push the product.
But this is the thing
in their contract.
So I worked for Samsung, and when I worked for Samsung, we had our Samsung email. Or when I worked for Samsung corporate, and then I also worked for a third party that worked with Samsung, right? Max, this little dog, I'm telling you, sorry. Can y'all hear him barking?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
He's fine.
So we had to use our emails in order for us to get our discounts when we ordered. So I would not, I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. Like maybe they do sign them up as coaches with an ID or a link for them to get discounts. But it's completely unethical for them to have this link and have people purchase from them when there is a whole entire network of people hustling and working their tail off just for that itty bitty bit of commission.
Well, and did she have any type of a disclaimer where like
add
affiliate, like to state that she is getting commission?
It said, join my group here.
Interesting. So that would be a violation.
Yep, it's just join my body group.
Yeah, join my body group. And I was,
interesting.
Well, I won't say it loud here, so I'll just shut up.
Okay.
And
Jen?
then it goes to sign up and request to join. And you have to sign up under Autumn.
Yeah.
That's who you end up getting as a coach.
Yeah.
That's funny. Now, see, people are making me feel a little bit better in the chat that they don't know how to write checks, but they do know that they existed at one point. Jen's community is Anchor Fit. Is it the Anchor Fit Club?
Anchor Fit Community is the monthly membership community where you get a monthly movement calendar and the guest speaker calls, and you can message me anytime in there. Anchor Fit Club is the small group training program, which I only open up a few times a year. It's actually opening up again in June. But Anchor Fit Community.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we are going to watch a live, and this was a live that Autumn did on, was it Monday? Was that the day she did it? All my days have kind of gone together. Okay. Snappy Pearl just had the best comment. I'm not even gonna
I
lie.
just dropped Jen's link to her Anchor Fit Club page in the
you.
chat. But it's on my chat, so y'all have to jump back over onto my chat, my
You know
YouTube one,
what's
real quick.
Just go to my Instagram page and send me a message.
Or do that.
That's
we
the
are
easiest way.
elderly. But you know what's funny? We are elderly, but you know what? All of my little Gen Z babies that I work with couldn't believe I was 35 when I told them.
Yeah.
The
35? You have
story,
3 kids? What?
the story you did was hilarious. Their faces.
Yeah.
They were like, what?
They're all like 18, 19, 20 little college babies. And they're like, what?
So awesome.
I thought you were 25. Well, thank you. That makes me feel good. But really, when I say I'm 35, do you think 35 is old then? Do you think so? Then I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I don't even.
I have one
Hey.
question. Do we have the video of the part of the live that got deleted?
Yes. So the live that she did on Monday, there were 2 parts. So if you go to her page right now, you will see one where she's like, "Ah, so weird that my internet just went out."
It was
No,
not her
she
internet.
no. Because
Man.
after that, my comments weren't showing up when I was
Yeah,
on there asking. So she restricted people.
she absolutely did.
Mhm.
But DC is amazing, and we have the first one as well. So we're going to watch the deleted live, and you'll know exactly when her internet goes out. You'll see why it goes out. So
Yeah.
we are going to add this. Okay.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's day is off to a really good start. I'm just getting ready to make my morning matcha. And I had a lot of questions come in yesterday when I mentioned that I was doing a 17-hour fast, and questions about why fasting is good for balancing your hormones and things like that.
Okay, before she starts, can we just do a couple disclaimers? Please do not pay
Please.
attention to her. The things that she is saying, and my husband and I had this conversation today. Every body is so different that to tell people that intermittent fasting is a great idea is very irresponsible, in my opinion. For some people, it might work.
Yeah.
Maybe. But the vast majority of people, I don't know, they should probably talk to a doctor.
And I'm gonna chime in here with this. Most of the research done on intermittent fasting has been done on men or on rats.
Interesting.
There's a gender gap in research, and the research that has been done with women has shown the opposite of the benefits that it has for men. And the same goes with keto.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I think the problem is that she's taking things that may work for her. Maybe they do work for her. But the problem is that when she comes on and says that you should start intermittent fasting, now all of the coaches are running groups where they're implementing intermittent fasting.
Chat, gut protocol, intermittent fasting, talking about perimenopause. It's like, you're not qualified to do any of that.
No, and the other
No,
thing,
and that's why on that live I kept saying, what do you think about seeing an endocrinologist though, Autumn? Have you talked to an endocrinologist about that? And she restricted my burner account for
But
asking.
she did that with, there were a bunch of people asking.
I wasn't even being mean. I was just saying, like, what are your thoughts on people seeing an endocrinologist for this?
It's because she doesn't want you to go outside of her.
Exactly, Snappy Pearl. We intermittently fast when we sleep.
I mean, and that's the thing. Everybody intermittent fasts. It's just going a period without food. Everybody does it. But to tell people like, I am doing a 17-hour fast, then people are like, well, obviously that's a good idea, because everybody followed her stupid timed nutrition with 80-day obsession, where
Yep.
I would have been eating from like 4 a.m. until 8 or 9 at night.
Yep.
And that's what she said was healthy. So I was
Until it's not.
until she has a new program that she's starting to develop that she wants to sell, in my opinion.
It's coming. That's
Right?
what's
It's definitely
going to be the next, because again, what they're only releasing like 2 like specific programs a year now. One of them is going to be something to do with hormones with Autumn.
She posted about
Absolutely.
leaky gut today. Oh, Jesus.
He did. And
So
I
tough.
Oh, my leaky gut. Oh
It's
my
just
god.
like adrenal fatigue. It is. Okay, I'm
So
The leaky gut thing
Our
was big
gut-
when I was a coach. The whole leaky gut thing.
our gut lining, things are supposed to be able to move in between it. Just so you know.
so it was interesting. I saw that someone sent it to me, and then they were like, look at the comments, because any comment that anyone had made, and they sent me like their specific comment, but any comment that had been made that did not affirm her position had been removed.
Mhm.
There was one that I found that just said, I'm just going to drop this here for some balance. And it was a link to an article talking about it. And that the myths and fallacies around leaky gut. That was the only thing I found. But the other thing I did today, and then we'll find out why Cheryl's cracking up. The other thing I did is I went back and I looked at some of the videos that she had done when 80 Day Obsession came out. And she talked about how vital it was to eat every 2 to 3 hours, because your body could only absorb so many nutrients. And so you had to spread them out throughout the day in order to get the bang for the buck. And now she's like, nope, you cram it all into like a 5-6 hour window. And so just to see the flip flop, which I also understand, I understand that when you know better, you do better, because we have all experienced that. But
Yes.
we also, though, are saying, you guys, I cannot believe I ever said this.
Yeah,
That was wrong.
I'm sitting here like, I cannot believe I did this shit. And this is they are exactly what Carl says they're not, which is all they're doing is spitting out fad diets.
Well, and they leave all,
repurposing.
and they leave them all on their website. So that is what you are having people start with, right? So if that isn't right anymore, then why are you doing that?
So I just sent her post today to Dr. Gabrielle Fundero. She is she has her PhD in nutrition sciences, and her specialty is gut health.
No.
Yeah.
Did she go to school for this?
Yes, she did.
And she has a degree. Okay.
Her actual degree,
her
not a
PhD
Google degree.
done studying the gut microbiome and gut health. So I just sent the leaky post to her. And I will go into my stories. I'll go on her page. I'm going to have her come talk to the community soon. I got to get with her. I'm going to share some of her content into my stories tonight. So keep an eye out for that.
That's great. All right, Cheryl, why were you laughing? And then we'll get back into this video.
I don't really think that. I think it's more like me being a little mean. I don't really think I'm going to share why I was laughing with the whole community.
All right, that's fair.
I think I will share it with you all, and because you all get that I'm not shaming anyone.
All right, well, we'll chat later.
Yeah. All
right.
Share it with you. Sorry, guys.
All right, I'm going to add her back in.
First of all, I want to tell you guys, like, I'm a work in progress. I am learning. I am reading a ton. I am deep into my integrative Institute of Nutrition hormone health class. So lots of learning going on. I'm sharing a little bit about what I'm learning as I go. So I had mentioned probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago that when I went and saw my doctors, my hormones are really out of balance, which I knew I could feel it. I just feel inflamed. Like,
Jen, you were gesturing and saying things. So
I can feel that my hormones are out of no, unless you have an actual chronic illness, Hashimoto's, thyroid, she's been going to this quack doctor for no.
And here's the thing. I thought she was feeling amazing with doing gut health. And so that's why we're selling it.
Michelle, she needs to eat food, but she refuses to admit that could be the issue.
Absolutely.
Especially with all those supplements that she was on from her functional medicine doctor.
And it just makes you wonder what the new ones are going to be that they come out to help with.
I am calling that it will be some sort of adrenal support supplement.
Oh, yeah. Well, because they already posted Elisa's hormone balancing bike
Hormone
ride.
balancing, but
She changed that lead though, but she didn't change the caption.
That's amazing. Oh, okay. French toast for dinner sounds good. All right. I am going to pop I always put to do a trigger warning that she's coming back. She's coming back.
Moods were really off. My cycle was super off. So just, feeling the things. And at 42, this is where people start to go, well, you're 42, perimenopause, and that's normal. And I think that is probably our biggest problem is we cough up so many issues to just aging, and that's not really the case. So anyways, because I'm actually not even in perimenopause yet. I'm just in stress mode all the time, and stress can really mess up our hormones for.
Melissa, you are so on point.
Just
Period.
eat.
Just eat food, Autumn. Food.
Well, no, she spent the last 2 days sharing pictures of all the food she's eating, and there's no protein
Well, and I think that's one of the other issues
or carbs.
I have with not only Autumn, but also Ilana's volume eating. Okay, you're going to eat a crap ton of veggies, but are you getting the adequate protein and fat and carbs and like the healthy things that your body does need? No. So
Especially as women, we need fat.
Absolutely.
For our hormone health.
And so you watch them, or I will look at like the number one coach. Her daily journal of food is frightening.
Yes.
Because
it's really low.
It is
really
so
it's
low. And
really
she's
low.
nursing. And it's like, oh my gosh, they are following so closely to the low fat diet mindset that it's scary, and that can impact your hormones greatly.
Melissa's right too, because she's consistently switching things around on her body and dieting. Her body could be freaking out. I am not a professional by any means, but it's like common sense, right? I mean, this part is common sense. If you see, I'm not telling a skinny person to eat a cheeseburger because that's wrong. I wouldn't do that. But Autumn, you continue to keep having these issues. You continue to first it was gut health for years, for 5 years, she just didn't know what was going on. She was working with a gut health person, and now all of a sudden it's her hormones. Autumn, honey, please, next time you go to eat that cheeseburger, maybe eat the bun too.
Like,
but just fries.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't eat all the bun on my cheeseburger because some of the buns are like freaking huge, and it's just a lot of bread, and I'd rather have the meat and the cheese and the bacon,
Yes.
It's all about the ratios.
Yeah.
I will usually, like, if we go out to a restaurant and I get a burger, I'll eat half of it with the bun.
Yeah.
And then I'll eat the other half without the bun because I don't want to get too full because I'm enjoying the burger.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
And I think,
and that's not because I'm trying to avoid carbs. It's just because I would prefer to.
Well, and now I freak out. I freak out when I go to a restaurant because I'm like, oh my gosh, the wrap burger sounds really good. Wait, do I want it lettuce wrapped because I'm feeling guilty about having a bun, or does it really sound good? And okay, well, if I get that, are fries okay? And like, I have to do that battle every single time. It's exhausting, and it's because of this rhetoric for years.
Eat the whole banana,
right? Yeah.
So she recently said, it was like a couple weeks ago, that she is going to be eating in maintenance, which is plan A for her.
No.
That's 1,200 to 1,499 calories, y'all.
Yes.
How could that be considered a maintenance plan?
For a toddler.
Right?
And this is why she can't lift heavy weights anymore. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
And honestly, I think that's the issue that you're seeing with a lot of the coaches who cannot move past 5s, 8s, 10s, and you see them lifting the same level of weight for for years.
Yeah.
Or
Progressing.
I used-
or you
I
see
never-
coaches attempting to lift the heavy weights and their form is so awful, then they're going to end up getting hurt. Ashley Molstead.
Exactly. You know,
I never lifted over 10 pounds when I was a coach. I have
think my
I have
heavies.
15
I
pounds.
think I think my heavies were like 15s.
Yeah,
And now
yes,
15s are my light weights. Now
I had 20s, but I used that for like 20 pound squat of it.
squats.
And that was when I was doing Body Beast.
well, okay, so
That distracted me.
I love what Karina said, because here is the thing.
Right.
And my husband and I were talking. The way that I eat does not work for my husband and the way that he needs to eat.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
knowing that, when I was in Beachbody, I was so frustrated with him, because if he would just eat this way, he would be fine. And then you start learning, maybe it wouldn't be that healthy for him. So everybody needs to figure out what works for them and
Right.
do that thing. But if you're an influencer and you have hundreds of thousands of people following you,
Yep.
you have an ethical obligation to not share these things, especially when you have
Mhm.
zero qualifications to do so. It's and my favorite, we're now going to say that Autumn's just cosplaying an expert.
She is.
She is.
That's absolutely what she's doing. All right, let's see.
So many reasons. People are so stupid. I don't know why they follow me. Why are they on here?
Nobody
I eat
follows
bird
you.
food. Okay.
Let's just put that on the
It's
record.
coming up.
I think
It's
this
coming
steak
up.
I ate
Nobody
last night.
follows you, Autumn.
Coming.
Okay, you can tell.
Let's just-
You can tell the things, like, as soon as she starts getting comments, like her face changes, and then
You can see it in her face. People are so stupid.
nobody.
people are
Hey,
stupid.
just for the record, we don't follow you.
No.
We're not part of your followers.
Nor can
Just
we,
so you
because
know.
you blocked us.
But yeah.
We're good. We're good.
But look, hey, we got this video.
Exactly.
Yay!
It's amazing. It's a miracle.
Anyways, so I just figured I would talk a little bit. I'm not going to go into huge, big detail about it. I want to do like little bits of information as we go, because I can tell you, even from sitting and learning it, like I have to go back and reread and write down and read my notes and read it again and process it all again, because
Here's the problem, though. If you are just dropping little tidbits, you are missing a lot of context and a lot of the supporting facts around those little bits. So you're not telling them
The
what they need to
tidbit
know.
she's dropping is verbatim from her course.
Oh, absolutely.
That's it. She's not learning. She's just regurgitating information
Yep.
and pretending
So
she's
much.
the expert. Cosplaying, she's cosplaying.
She's cosplaying, yes.
You know, just shells. I agree with you. I would hope that she would get actual medical help, because she is going to harm herself. But I'm just going to say this. I unfortunately do not foresee that happening until she's no longer grifting for Beachbody.
I would love to see her work with an actual registered dietitian.
Right.
And here's the thing, she says she does, because Beachbody has them on staff. And I guess, in all fairness, it's kind of like, I mean, Alana is a registered dietitian, but I don't like most of what she puts out, right? So it's also the content behind it. If she reads so much, then why doesn't she read maybe the studies and read the actual medical journal?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know how to read a study, because she didn't take any courses on how to read research. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
It's something I've been learning how to do and refining for the last 3 years. And I'm still nowhere.
Yes, she did.
I still have to call my friends and be like, hey, I just read this. Is this what this means? And double check and making sure I'm interpreting it correctly.
Yeah.
And never say a study proves anything.
No.
Ever.
And here's the thing, and I completely loved when Brianna said this in her last video, and she talked about why she said it. And it was perfection. It was perfection. So if you don't follow Brianna, what are you even doing with your
Right?
Yeah, she's quite amazing.
She's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So much information to take in. So a couple reasons why fasting helps balance your hormones. So first of all, it helps balance your blood sugar and your insulin. And that is a really big one, blood sugar and insulin, when it comes to
Not for everybody.
your hormones. And since most of us eat a standard American diet, the SAD diet, we're probably overloading our systems with sugar. Now, I don't eat like that much sugar. Obviously, I've been following the way I eat like 4 weeks.
Diet.
Because I am amazing. So I don't eat like you people out there.
You know,
So-
when I eat, I am not sad at all. In fact, I am so happy
It's true.
when I eat.
Me too.
Sometimes I'll make little noises because it's so good
True.
and the flavors are just so delicious. It's sending that oxytocin to my brain.
Yep. Let's see.
I just had leftover
Got cortisol and
Chinese
stuff like
food,
that for
and
a
it
long
was
time.
good.
Yes,
So for me, I
that
don't
is
eat that
very
much sugar, but still, I was probably not being like 100%, if I'm being totally honest. But I also know I have a little bit of insulin resistance genetically. So it helps balance blood sugar and insulin. Here's why that's important. So, by the way, it's different for women and men because our sex hormones are different. So men, testosterone is their biggest one. They can fast one way. They drop a lot of weight. It's super easy for them. It's kind of frustrating for us to watch, ladies, right?
But I said it's not about weight loss.
Right. And it's interesting that she's saying it's just divided into two, men and women. Everybody is different within that subset. So you can't just say, you cannot just do generalization.
Listen, I'm going to say again, when I met my husband, he was a collegiate athlete, and that man was working out 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night, and he was literally eating like 8,000 fucking calories a day, and he was in the best shape of his life. Like, it didn't matter what he ate.
Now I
Yep.
want to.
It had no effect on his body, and he ate everything. It didn't matter.
Like,
So
when
like,
she started this conversation on fasting, she started it as an absolute. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Fasting does this. No, fasting can do this for some people.
That's the problem with her.
The easiest thing, like for me not to pick on her so much, is like, look, this might not work for you. Check with your medical professional.
The end.
Stop making it absolute for everybody because it's not.
But if she does that, Jen, then she's not an expert.
exactly. Nor can she convince you to purchase the supplements and the programs that she's selling. That's
It's
For
as simple
us,
as
we have
that.
3 main sex hormones. We have estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. And whenever we're going through our cycle, these hormones are fluctuating differently. So for us, we've got all this other stuff we've got to mitigate and work with when we're eating and fasting and exercising and all these different things. So estrogen is what is the more predominant hormone at the start of our cycle. So day 1 through like day 10. So estrogen does not do well with high blood sugar. If your insulin is high and your blood sugar is high, you can actually be deficient in estrogen. And we need that. We need that for a lot of reasons. First of all, your estrogen is what tells your body to release an egg, so to go into the next phase of your cycle. So that's really important to keep in mind. Oh my God, Ryan78, please go the fuck
he has no idea
away.
what she's talking about.
Nope, it's gonna.
I know he's looking to get a rise out of me.
okay. Wait, we have to.
You
Okay.
rewind.
Rewind it.
If you don't like cursey words, we're just going to rewind that for just a second. So you may want to. Let's see.
Progesterone. And whenever we're going through our cycle, these hormones are fluctuating differently. So for us, we've got all this other stuff we've got to mitigate and work with when we're eating and fasting and exercising and all these different things. So estrogen is what is the more predominant hormone at the start of our cycle. So day 1 through like day 10. So estrogen does not do well with high blood sugar. If your insulin is high and your blood sugar is high, you can actually be deficient in estrogen. And we need that. We need that for a lot of reasons. First of all, your estrogen is what tells your body to release an egg, so to go into the next phase of your cycle. So that's really important to keep in mind. Oh my God, Ryan78, please go the fuck away. God. I know he's looking.
Okay. Did anybody catch what he said? Because
No.
has anyone heard? Because all of a sudden, because I totally agree, Melissa.
How do we send him a gift?
We need to because that's the hardest part, right? Is that we don't have the comments. So we don't have the comments to know what exactly. But my guess, I think he or she, I'm going to say they, I think they were talking repeatedly because you could tell that
Her body language.
There was another person in there with like, it was like yoga something, who was just like at her, just saying like,
Oh, he asked her.
I think her eating
disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the thing. I do feel bad when people talk about that or say that she has one. Like, I am not going to diagnose her. However, I can recognize disordered patterns and behaviors, and some of the things that she instructed in her program caused a lot of disordered patterns for me.
Yeah.
For all of us here.
I think for all of us. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
when I talked to Jacqueline, the licensed clinical social worker on my podcast this week, she was telling me, she was reading off the symptoms and the signs, and she said, I think that Autumn does have this, and I'm like, when you sit there and you look at it, because we started talking about it because Autumn tried to she tries to change the definition of disordered eating, and make it look like if you overeat or on junk food that you have a disordered eating problem. That could be part of it, right? I mean, to my knowledge, I'm not a professional, so I don't know the answer to these questions. But when I read it from Google, Mr. Google, everybody else is certified by Google, so why can't I be?
Just like everything else, disordered eating, there is a spectrum.
Absolutely.
A wide range, and it could be many things. And again, it's not the same for everybody.
Right.
No, and I think that's one of the important things to point out is, I mean, I know that I have facilitated, like I have vacillated, I've gone back and forth all the time on what my particular disordered pattern is at that moment. And I think we all have. Like, I've done some crazy things with fasting. I have done, and so I get it. But thinking that some of these things should be standard is a problem to me. So
how about we just, why can't Beachbody just be for workouts? And that's it. Like, and supplements. Like, why do they have
they could have been, but they're just too far down the hole now.
Yeah.
And it's sinking, and Carl literally has all his money in it.
Yep.
So he's going to fight tooth and nail to keep it afloat.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Karina.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, and let me put up the second part to what DC put. I had a friend in high school that was both anorexic and bulimic. So she would allow herself to eat 4 to 8 grapes and then would purge. And she lost all of her teeth. She was hospitalized for a long period of time, and it impacted her ability to have children. Like, the things that you can do to your body are sad and it's scary.
I mean, I remember sitting at lunch in school, and all of my friends, they would literally just get like a pretzel with cheese, or they'd get just like a milkshake, and they would, just eat very small. They'd tear it in pieces and eat it that way. Meanwhile, I have like a big, huge plate of food because I've always been very food motivated. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like how come, like I must be, fat because I'm eating a lot more food than my friends are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely. All right. Let's look.
I know he's looking to get a rise out of me. It's just so annoying to see his stupid comments keep popping up. You're not even qualified to talk about it. I literally just said how I'm going through intense courses studying it. But anyways,
girl.
I am a Google.
That still won't make you
qualified, Autumn.
That doesn't make you an expert, doesn't make you qualified. Going through a course that's taking you what, like 6 weeks? No, ma'am, you don't know more than an endocrinologist who's gone through 4 years of medical school. Probably, I think they do 4 years of residency and then another probably 2 or 3 years to actually specialize in endocrinology. So,
And then they specialize in things within endocrinology.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
it is fellowship upon super fellowship, and bless the endocrinology spouses, because damn, it's a lot of training.
Oh,
Eloise,
it's not an
no.
accredited school.
yeah, no,
No,
it's not. It's the Integrative Institute of Nutrition. Is that that's right, isn't it? Integrative
Yes.
Institute of Nutrition. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
estrogen, the beginning of our cycle, we need it. It helps us release an egg. But other things that estrogen is good for, it's good for boosting collagen. It helps strengthen our bones. It helps make our ligaments more supple. So that can help prevent injury. So that's really important.
Man, we literally
and like
learned
I said,
this in like 8th grade health class.
Right?
This is shit you learn in 8th grade health class. What is this course you're taking?
And
she's just reading stuff from the course that she took.
Yeah.
Well, and
I learned this stuff in my ACE certified personal trainer course.
absolutely. And the problem is
make you an expert.
someone, let's see, and they posted this. So here's the problem with saying to, like, if she knows the information to go take the test, you can't just take the test. You have to have the schooling behind it, because there is so much nuance when it comes to dealing with the human body. And so that is why it's so important to go to someone who has school.
Vicky.
Vicky.
Oh my gosh.
Chat GPT be knowing though. They know. I love Chat GPT. Don't come after Chat GPT.
It's pretty amazing, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not going to go super into it. Like, I just giving you brief overviews, but I just wanted to give you a little like preview as to why balancing your blood sugar and your insulin is important, because estrogen, right? And then when we get to progesterone, actually towards the end of our cycle, progesterone is the exact opposite. So progesterone does better with a little bit higher blood sugar. So even throughout the month, ladies, we have all these different things happening in our bodies that none of us have ever been taught, right? Like, I know when I was in middle school, grade school, we were
trigger warning. Can we give a trigger warning?
Absolutely.
The trigger warning has to be that I know for me personally, I'm 41 years old. I've been having a lot of things going on. You know, sweats, mood swings, all that great stuff. Sometimes things that I hear like this will sink into it will go, like, just don't listen to her. Do your best to just listen to how she believes she's an expert. And if you have questions about anything that she says, please, or anything that you're feeling, please see your doctor. Please, a real doctor, not one that Googled this or used Chat GPT to tell you how to make a script for her to go live on Instagram and talk about hormones.
Yeah. And I would say that the other thing is that's one of the reasons you go in and you get blood work done.
Yeah.
Because it feels as if, and in my opinion, it was kind of the same thing with gut protocol. You're just making assumptions that everyone cannot handle these food groups, that their hormones are unbalanced, but you have no idea. And if you're just going to a coach to help you, right? They can't tell you. They can't tell you what any of
No.
that stuff means. And that's why, in my opinion, this is one of the most dangerous ones.
Yeah.
And
Yes, thank you, Eloise. They do not care about sugar levels.
this, so someone said,
Oh, Aaron Hopkins posted before and afters today. Let me go look.
oh my gosh.
What is this live covering right now? Hormones.
Because I want to see if she's using the same befores that she used for 4-week gut protocol.
She's talking about hormones and fasting.
Okay,
So,
hormones and fasting. I'm asking Chat GPT to write me an Instagram live script to cover hormones and fasting.
Oh my gosh.
Because
that's amazing.
Jenny said that the one girl, I think it's Jenny,
Ginny.
said it looks like she's reading off of cue cards.
Absolutely.
She's taking the information from her course and again, taking notes and regurgitating those notes. That's all she's doing. That's what she's doing.
All right.
Can someone block?
Just-
Ranky?
I think I just put them in timeout.
Good.
Please don't be shy, ladies. What did he ask us to do?
I don't know. I missed the first part. I'm just saying.
I do not do anything for free, sir.
Yeah, you want to see these feet, you gotta pay.
You got to pay.
Pay for the feet.
If you want to see the scar on my ankle, you definitely got to pay.
All right. I think DC might also be working on blocking that for us. But it is amazing to me how many of them are starting to use this trim fit. So that's the video. I did that one.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh wait, did y'all see that the retreat that Aaron and Moira and all them are having right now? Carl dropped in to say hi to all of
Oh
them.
my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
No big
haven't had
deal.
time
Just
to
the
look at
CEO.
anything.
No big deal. Just the CEO of one of the biggest health and wellness companies in the world popping in with some wise words.
Dear gosh.
yikes.
Just block the haters.
All right. We
That's
are going to put her back up.
Can we
We're going through
speed
sex
her
ed.
up?
Nobody's sitting there explaining the cycle.
I think
I'm so bad. Like, can we make her go faster?
no, I don't dare because DC trusted me
Okay.
with him, and I think I will break.
Aaron's using the same before picture. She's using the same before picture from 4-week gut protocol. I swear to God, it's the same exact one. Okay, anyway,
no word.
continue.
All right, but yeah, so I don't think I can put her.
Okay. You're fine,
it's
Amy.
only
I
another,
don't
like-
want to mess it up.
It's only like another 8 minutes,
Okay.
8.5.
Cycles. Oh my God, nothing like my internet just going out right when I'm in the middle of it all. And I'm going to back it.
Sure it was.
She just miraculously stopped her live and then was like, oh, the internet went out. Maybe it did. Maybe it was the universe saying, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Quit
Or
talking.
maybe it was because she showed her true colors by telling the guy to F you and please go away. And she
Yep.
doesn't want Pappy Carl seeing that.
Yep.
Because then he'll take away her code, her Beachbody Coach ID, and she won't get her commissions.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. So she's
Yeah.
so now we're back on number 2.
Be able to share this video with all of you guys. So I will start a little bit over, but I'm also going to maybe not talk quite as much. Sorry about that, you guys. My internet went down. I was just talking about the fact that I had a bunch of questions come in about fasting and how fasting helps with your hormones, and the fact that I have been going through my own hormone journey the last probably 2 months, that my hormones have been out of balance. So I'm working with my amazing doctors, but I am also taking things into my own hands as well, reading, learning, researching. I am in the middle of a 6-month intensive hormone health course through the Integrative Institute.
I just want to say, and Amber, you could maybe ask your husband. I think she would be like the patient from hell. Can you imagine trying to help her with anything?
Oh, well, I mean, every time I'm like watching something from her and he's in the room and he can hear what she is saying, like if I could just capture his face, his like facial expressions, because he's like, no, that's not how that works. like it cracks me up. I wish I could show
Hey,
you.
Kat, as you're listening to this while you're working, if you have anything to say, please drop it in the chat because she's about to.
Yeah, and also, Kat, we'd love to have you on a snark session because you are an actual registered dietitian.
Oh, but we need to make sure and order her the Shakeology before we can.
Yeah, she
said
Shells, no, she is never.
She's never addressed the intermittent fasting.
No, she's never addressed the breast augmentation.
The breast augmentation and
issues.
And I have yet to see her say anything about how she used to be against intermittent fasting and now it's okay.
She did say something the other day because somebody sent her a message when we're like, wait, 80-day obsession, you were totally against intermittent fasting. So
yeah, and then she starts talking about like ketones too. I think in this next part, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Yeah. I couldn't see it anymore.
Oh, Kat, you came in at a good time. Just
hey.
Of nutrition. That's where I have several of my other certifications on nutrition from. I have my health coaching certification through them. I have my gut health certification through them. Very in-depth courses taught by top leaders and things like that. So when I mentioned yesterday that I was doing it ended up being like a 17 and a half hour fast. A lot of people were asking me like, why? Obviously, so many women struggle with hormone imbalance, which can lead to issues with brain fog and issues with weight gain and energy and things like that. So I'm all for implementing anything and everything I can to feel my absolute best. And I try to take that and pass it on to you guys in ways that are easier to understand, because I spend my days reading and researching and learning about this stuff. And even sometimes I have to go back and reread and understand it a little bit more and like really stop and break it down for myself. So I want to make sure that when I give it to you guys, I'm giving it in ways that aren't like so overly medical that they're hard to understand and process.
Okay, though, here's the problem with that. So when she did it
overly medical,
Karina, the certifications from IIN never expire.
Yeah. And so when she did gut protocol, right? So she said she did this 6-month class to get the certification, but then weren't the videos for gut health, there were like 6 of them that they were each like 10 minutes long.
I have them if you want to see them.
They like the amount of information, right?
I made it through that course in less than 2 hours.
And at the end, you still have questions. And it's like, wait, that doesn't make sense, which is why she would continually get on those live streams and yell at people for not understanding it. And that was an issue. And assert that never expires is scary.
Mm-hmm.
That just said that.
Yeah.
So,
especially when it has to do, a certification, some certifications won't ever expire. Like I don't have to re-up my digital marketing certification, but when it has to do with health, things that are always changing, that's kind of scary.
Well, I mean, even I have a senior professional in human resources certification that I have kept up, and I have to do continuing education credits in order to recertify. So it just is standard practice with anything. But I was going to say something more, but we'll save that doctor for a different live.
Implement if they're something that you want to start implementing. So when it comes to balancing your hormones and fasting, why do we do it? So A couple of things. So fasting can help balance your blood sugar and your insulin. And this is important for so many reasons because we have different hormones, obviously, than men. And our hormones fluctuate, whereas guys don't really fluctuate as much. So ladies, for us, we have 3 main sex hormones: estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. And at different times in our cycle, these hormones are high, they're low, some are coming in, some are going out, and they also thrive in different environments. So if you take estrogen, for instance, that comes in at the beginning of our cycle, like day 1 through 10. So estrogen does not really like high blood sugar and insulin. And if your blood sugar and insulin is high during those first 10 days of your cycle, you can actually be estrogen deficient. And estrogen does so many things in our body, but one of the things it does is tell your body to release an egg. So that kind of continues the process of your cycle. Estrogen.
Okay, wait, can we have a quick floof break?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Say hi, Maya. You say Maya. I
Maya
know.
is beautiful.
Maya is the best. The little one is an asshole. Sorry.
Oh my god. The video was so funny.
Oh,
Okay.
I have to take 20 hours of continuing education credits to keep my personal trainer certification current. Every 2 years, 20 hours.
Yep. Okay, so what I was gonna say, I mean, and I guess if anyone in the chat, if you want to follow this coach, and you can send us her shenanigans, but Dr. Lauren Fitz.
Oh yeah.
Woo. She
Oh,
also is an
God.
expert on everything, but her doctorate, like she's a doctor of anesthesiology,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
she's prescribing.
And now she's running basically like she's like being like an on-demand doctor and writing people prescriptions for semaglutide.
Yep.
AKA Ozempic. And she said that she's been using it herself.
For what?
Mm-hmm.
To lose 10
lose
pounds.
weight.
Yep. She needed to lose 10 pounds. It's maddening. Yeah. Oh, Lauren, she used to do fun workout videos. Interesting. She's
really good friends with Shalane, right?
No, she's not close friends with Shalane. She's close friends with Melissa McAllister.
And she also hung out with Shanti.
And yeah, Shanti went to her as well.
Mm.
Yikes.
See, y'all, I said it the other day. I'm starting to open my eyes about Mr. Sean T.
There's some things there.
Yeah.
Estrogen helps boost collagen. That
Go
makes
get
our
more
skin
water.
look younger and more fresh. It can help with bone strength. It can help with your ligaments suppleness, so hopefully preventing injury as well. But if your blood sugar is really high during those first 10 days, like I said,
What were you saying, Jen?
If your blood sugar is high, you are either pre-diabetic or diabetic. And you don't want to fast.
Mm-mm. No.
be estrogen deficient. You might be. I'm not saying you are. But, so many of us eat the standard American diet, the SAD diet. It's nicknamed that for a reason because it's just highly processed foods, loaded with sugar, loaded with chemicals, and these things can really start to mess with your hormones. So balancing insulin and blood sugar, that's one really important thing that fasting can do. The other thing that it helps with is autophagy. So if you don't know what that is, autophagy is basically a function of your body where your cells can detoxify, repair, or get rid of malfunctioning cells. That's really important for so many reasons. One, we build up toxins in our body. We build up toxins in our cells that
That's
can
what
cause
your liver and kidneys are for. Sorry.
Jen, what detoxes us? Is it a tea? Is it a tea we drink?
A pill?
Fast?
What pill
Oh
can
my
I take?
goodness.
What pill can I take to detox myself? Or because I don't
Kidneys and
think my body.
liver.
Oh, is that a pill? or
Mhm.
those organs that we already have?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, and she's not wrong about what autophagy is, but it's when she starts throwing in the word toxin.
Yep.
It's like, no.
Karina,
don't-
I'm sorry.
I am too. And this has been a problem across the
For
country.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about toxins, it's about actual cell health. And Kat, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Phoebe said organs are free.
But it's cellular
Organs are
health
free.
of damaged cells. It's not about clearing your body of toxins. Because we have so many toxins from our food.
Mhm.
No.
All right. Just remember, organs are free.
And there are people out there who do have kidney and liver issues. So let's
and
please.
That's me. Hey, that's me. I have the kidney issues over here.
right. And
Good thing you have a kidney doctor husband, huh?
maybe I need to go back to kidney doctor. I need to be a kidney doctor. My husband has stage 3 kidney disease, right? So I mean, that's the other thing. How many people that are listening to her have underlying medical conditions that
Mhm.
will play a big part in what she's telling them to do?
Like I said before, when we first started this, it would just disclaimer, Autumn, just put a disclaimer. Hey, I'm going to share this information with you. Please go check with your medical doctor.
Yep.
I'm working with somebody now and she's asking me about supplements. I'm like, these are the ones that, most people use, but please go check with your doctor because you might not need it.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I can tell you about what they are, how they work, why people take them, but does that mean you should take it? No. Check with your doctor.
Yep.
Period.
Hormones to go out of balance. But also, if you think of your cells as like tiny little factories, just like any part could get worn out. So if a part's worn out, it's not going to function as well. So autophagy can help repair a part that is worn out. But also, if your body recognizes that that cell is malfunctioning so that it doesn't keep duplicating that malfunctioning cell over and over again, it will essentially go into cell death, where it kills that cell off so that you don't have to worry about it causing more problems in your body. So fasting can help with that. And then fasting can also put you into ketosis. So that's basically a chemical that your liver will make in the absence of sugar. Ketones can help power up your mitochondria. That's really important. So the mitochondria is the part of your cell that produces energy. So that's awesome, right? We all want energy to feel better. It helps with like brain fog and clarity and memory, because there are certain parts of your brain that do really well functioning on ketones. And there's even something that ketones can do. They can go to your hypothalamus and actually turn off your hunger hormone, because so many of us, like the way we eat, we don't really get these cues from our body anymore as to we're full, stop eating.
You know why? Because you're chronically
One other thing I
dieting.
want to say.
Chronic dieting will mess with your hunger and fullness cue.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Do you remember Chris Downing for Shift
Yeah.
Shop? He really
Yeah.
recommended doing more of a ketogenic approach and intermittent fasting and all of those things. They were not down with the things that he was
Well,
saying.
if you
And I
remember
do
his,
it.
the meal plan that went with that, each week you cut down more carbs.
Mhm.
So by the final week, there were no yellow containers.
Yep.
Might have been one. And I hated it. Like you want to talk about brain fog?
Yep.
Your brain's number one source of fuel and energy is carbohydrates. 121 grams a day. Carbohydrates, not ketones, carbohydrates.
Yep. I mean, Amy knows about Prove It and Beachbody.
Which everybody thinks when they sleep, your body does shift from using glucose to not using glucose for energy.
Yep.
That
And-
happens. So this is
Yeah.
the problem. she puts out this information where some of it is true, and then she just goes off on a tangent and makes other shit up.
Well, and I think that's
That's a problem.
one of the biggest things is the answer normally is it depends. Is keto healthy? It depends.
It just be literally, please, for like, this is one thing I know for sure. I did the keto diet and it caused me to lose my gallbladder. So work with your doctor. And when I say it caused me to lose my gallbladder, I literally have documentation from my gastroenterologist, the person who did my surgery, took out my gallbladder and did everything. And she specifically said and stated what it was that caused it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And I did it and I felt great. I did Peru for quite a while and I felt great until I didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, technically I was doing it when I was following Portion Fix because I wouldn't eat my yellows or purples.
Right. Because
yeah, that's true.
I didn't eat fruit and I didn't eat my yellows.
See, and I think the way that she explained it to me is, it could be, I don't know, but this is how she told me. She said, because she asked me what my diet had looked like over the years, and I explained to her the portion fix. I explained to her what I'd been eating, how many calories I'd been eating, the plan I had been following, and she said, well, you've really not eaten a lot of fat or carbohydrates over the past couple of years, or a lot of fat in the past couple of years. So when you started doing keto, you increased that fat. I mean, come on. After dieting for so long on Autumn's programs, and there's a new diet program that allows you to have bacon, peanut butter, mayonnaise.
We went on a cruise one year in 2017, and the couple we went with were doing keto, and we'd go to breakfast and he would just go get a plate full of bacon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Plate full of bacon. But then he would go drink like a fish.
That's funny. Well, and I mean, I remember the first time that I saw that I was supposed to put heavy whipping cream in my Shakeology with the keto group that I was in, and I was like, heavy whipping cream? What?
Oh, it's so good.
Butter in your coffee.
Like
heavy whip. I still to this day.
Heavy whipping cream did actually make Shakeology not horrible.
Tastes good. Yes. Heavy whipped cream is so good. I still drink it to this day.
Yeah.
That's why I got a dunk.
Embrace it.
That it can do is help with your microbiome. And obviously you guys know I love talking about gut health. I'll talk about that at a later point because I don't want to go too long into one video, but it can really help with your gut health and improving your gut health, improving the diversity of your gut health, the lining of your gut. So all of these things can help, because here's the thing. When we all know this, I've talked about this quite a bit. When your gut health is out of balance and you have an overgrowth of bad gut bacteria and maybe your good gut bacteria aren't flourishing as much, those bad bacteria are the ones that thrive on sugar. And those are the things kicking off those sugar cravings a lot of the time because they want to survive. Whereas the good microbes in your stomach, they flourish on fiber. Right? We get fiber from our plants. That's a big one. So sometimes people are like, well, I'm having these horrible sugar cravings. It's because maybe, I'm not saying absolutely, but I'm saying maybe you have an imbalance in your gut microbiome, and those bad gut bacteria are sending out that signal because they want their energy source so that they can keep thriving. But then when that's out of...
All right, ma'am. I have noticed, for me,
I'm just glad Eloise is in the chat.
A huge difference for me is when I focus on protein, my cravings tend to get lower. Mm-hmm. I mean, so when I actually am eating food, I normally don't have insane cravings. I don't get like really horrible cravings.
I was actually going to say that today, but I didn't want to bring it up until somebody else did. But this week, I've actually been focusing on really eating 3 meals a day. If I don't get 3, then I'm getting 2, just because the mornings, I'm not an eater in the mornings. But I've noticed on the days that I only got 2 meals a day, I am tired in the afternoon and my brain is foggier.
Yep.
And so, and I've actually been doing this week, not any type of, like, I'm not following anything specific. I'm just making sure that I'm eating, because I'll get to 2 or 3 o'clock and not even eating during the whole day,
Right.
And so, yeah. And so this week I've been very intentional with, in the morning, I'll eat breakfast, and then I eat lunch, and then I'll eat dinner. And I'm literally not like thinking about food the entire time. I'm just like, I need to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the dietitian that I work with, that Jen works with, that
And Cheryl is too.
Yeah.
are you with him now too?
I have an appointment with him next week.
Yeah. I mean, when half of the stuff that I was telling him, like these internal rules that I have developed over all this stuff, he's like, I mean, if that is that working for you? No, it's not working for me. Okay, let's look at something different then.
Cheryl, I met with him this week, and what we're working on, again, specific for me, is especially going through this recovery from an injury and ankle surgery.
Yeah.
If I don't eat in the morning, I won't eat until dinner.
Yeah.
And I will always eat dinner because I haven't been the one cooking dinner. So somebody makes it and brings me a plate of food. Like, if it was just me, I probably wouldn't eat all day. So one of the focuses that I have now is eating something in the morning. And part of what, like, I think I was talking in my group about this. Like, look, you can track your food and pay attention to what you're eating without it participating in a diet to lose weight. It's just to make sure you're eating enough. So part of the accountability that I have now is, like, I take a picture of when I eat and I send it to, I put it in the app. I'm like, look, I ate. And I found that if I eat breakfast, I eat lunch, and then I eat dinner, and I'm not tired. I'm not cranky. I'm not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also am a huge, I'll just say it. I think I'm addicted to energy drinks. I may need to go to some type of therapy for that.
If you find one, can you let me know?
But one habit at a time, right? One thing at a time we can work on. But I've noticed, and this is weird, that if I eat 3 meals a day, I really don't need 2 energy drinks a day.
Yep. When I eat, I can go without coffee.
And we're not telling y'all to eat a certain amount of food, like
No,
eat certain foods or a certain way. We're just saying maybe eat something.
And here's the thing. There are also going to be things that make me feel good that hurt your stomach, or that, and so I think that's part of it too, is giving myself permission to try things has been the most important thing. To be like, no, you can try this. And
Karina,
yes.
I'm sorry. Listen, I promise y'all I'm going to a therapist, a therapist for ADHD next week. It's on Friday. So one day I will stop interrupting you all. Okay. I promise.
Oh my God.
One day I will. Karina, one of my good friends, Jen, told me this. What I would do to try to get yourself into the habit of eating just something, like I'm a peanut butter on the spoon type of person. I love peanut butter on the spoon. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just eat a peanut butter spoon and then drink my water, because I'm already going to drink my water anyways. And then I go and get my coffee. So that's how I started, and it actually helped, which was weird.
Yeah, it has to be something that you like.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So for Mother's Day last year, I think it was Mother's Day, my daughter got me an engraved spoon that says Amy's peanut butter spoon.
Yeah.
And every morning my youngest will get the jar of peanut butter and put that on top of it. He's like, Mom, I got your breakfast.
And it'll be next to you after your surgery, right?
Yes. Yes. And it was last time too. Well, and I mean, and that's one of the things that going to a registered dietitian, he talked to me. He's like, okay, now during your recovery, you need to focus on protein, because I think it's really easy to not. I mean, because I was thinking like, okay, well, what foods can I have by me? And a lot of those are things like crackers or, whatever. And I will forget to add in protein. So it's just trying to be mindful of being like, oh, wait, maybe I should look at other macronutrients. And peanut butter is not, it's not its own macronutrient, but it should. It should be.
It should be. And anybody that tries to
Its
take it away
own
from me
category.
they're evil people.
I agree.
Speaking of eating, I have to go make dinner.
No.
All right, Amber.
Because it's
Make them
7:30
make
here.
them kids spend for themselves. It's leftover night.
Karina,
Mama's
that's
all-
all-
Karina, send me a DM. We'll chat about it.
Also, like the NFL draft starts in 30 minutes, so
Wait, that's
what
the
Jake's
football one, right?
to do.
Yes. that's the
Yeah.
football one.
that sounds like something I would say. That's the football one, right?
We did
Yeah,
we did fantasy football, and I chose my team based on who was the hottest, and my team won. So they're cute and they play well. Just
Hey.
saying.
That's a great strategy, to be honest.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
go,
watch it.
guys. But I'll listen to the rest in the comments while I'm making dinner.
All right.
Oh no, Amber, I'm
Hey.
sorry I talk so much.
Bye, Amber. We really are almost done with Autumn's video, but go feed the humans.
Go
Okay.
feed them.
Bye. Oh no, wrong. Run. I need DC. I'm just saying.
We do miss DC.
Oh,
She took herself away.
Amber dropped and it moved all of all my boxes moved. right.
oh.
I think this is the right one now.
Other things start to get out of balance as well. I know it's a lot of information, you guys. Even for me, it's a lot of information. I have to stop, digest it, pun intended, go back, reread it. And as I continue to learn it, I will keep trying to teach it to you guys little by little. I know I'm not necessarily saying here's the exact way you should start fasting, because I'm not giving that information right now. All I'm telling you guys is right now what I am doing. So today I'm in I'll come out of a 15-hour fast in about an hour.
Pause.
So I did a 17-hour fast.
Yes.
She's actually coming out of the fast drinking the green tea.
Okay, so that is interesting. It's
She
so
put cream in it.
fascinating. She did. I think she puts does she put cashew milk or oat milk or something?
Yeah.
There, I don't know if I really want to admit this. So I'm a certified keto coach.
You have so many certifications. I swear. Every time we turn around, Amy's got certifications. Can we please get you to? Can you hang your background for YouTube needs to be all of your certifications on your wall,
My
so
husband
you can point to it.
my husband would like that, because then he'd be like, see, you are getting benefit from them. They're at least a background in YouTube.
That's so weird.
But there is a lot of discussion in the keto community about what breaks a fast. And it appears to me that many of them choose what is convenient for them
Yep.
to say that it does not. So Melissa McAllister says that Energize does not break a fast.
Of course not.
No. Yeah.
Because
So
she sells it.
Correct. So Energize didn't break my fast with her. Ketones did not break a fast when you improve it. And so it's so hard to decide. Oh, God. All right, Karina, I'll write down all my certifications for next time. So it's interesting. And in my opinion, anything other than water.
That's what I thought.
Any amount of calories will break a fast.
Yeah.
If a person follows a strict fasting schedule, they should avoid any foods or drink containing calories.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
that's why I remember.
And coconut milk or whatever she uses is not low in calories.
That's
no.
why I always had an issue with the keto, with fasting, intermittent fasting with my keto diet, is because I I am not a human if I don't drink coffee in the morning. And I have to, well, then I love heavy whipping cream in it, you know?
Yeah.
I still like heavy whipping cream in it, but I need to have milk or some type of cream in my coffee. No, I don't need sugar.
Goodness. Yeah,
But
fasting for labs, horrible. The
Yeah.
last time one of the times I had a blood work done, I couldn't get an appointment till 3:00 in the afternoon. And my blood pressure was so high because I was dehydrated. I was miserable.
Yeah.
And I slept in until like 11 a.m. because I knew I wasn't allowed to eat anything.
yes, I do the
Well,
same thing.
And the thing that I felt with, especially because I was following Melissa McAllister stuff. I think she said you could have coffee with, I think her threshold was 50 calories or less was the threshold that Melissa did, because that would allow her, I think, to have 1 scoop of Energize, and I think it was like 1 tablespoon of cream or something in her coffee. So it was
Energize has 15 calories. I just looked it up.
okay. And for some reason she told us that it was that you can only do 1 scoop. Nobody follows that. Everyone
No.
drinks 2 scoops. But I mean, it seemed like it was just an arbitrary number because it's what, and maybe that does work for her. Maybe she has tracked things and it doesn't. But does that say that that's going to do that for everybody? No. And you become so worried about what's going to break a fast that you don't listen to your body. You just don't.
So
I
yeah,
was
the general rule of thumb is if you stay under 50 calories, you remain in a fasted state.
that just seems weird to me because, especially, I mean, Energize has caffeine in it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Items like coffee, tea, ghee, coconut oil, and bone broth are a few alternatives that technically have calories, but still deliver on many of the fasting perks. So those don't technically break the fast. This is also so many rules and so many that no. I'm just
Why? I'm just gonna wake up in the morning, drink my coffee. Well, eat my peanut butter spoon, drink my water, drink my coffee, and then have my energy drink because apparently the coffee didn't do its job. And then I'm gonna get my day started.
Okay, so let me answer Eloise's question. So here is how mine would work. And again, I am not recommending that you guys do this. I am telling you as an example of the wild rules that I would put in place following the programs from these various MLMs. So I would quit eating at 6 p.m. Okay. Then the next morning I would wake up about 5 or 5:30. I would have Energize and I would do 1 scoop of Energize and I would do my own workout. Then I would take a second scoop of Energize. I'm still staying under the 50, right? I would take a second scoop of Energize around 8:30 because I would teach either cardio kickboxing or P90X. And then I would come home, shower, and get ready. And I probably would not eat until the earliest would be noon. So I was doing like an 18-hour fast, 6-hour eating window. That's what I was doing the majority of my time. So yeah.
Woohoo, Rachel! Yay!
Yes.
Oh, I accidentally hit this one instead. I would have passed out fasting like that. It's just interesting. I think, and I don't know how many more times we can say it. It depends on your body. Like if my husband doesn't eat, he's gonna pass out. He will get shaky. Like it's it's wild. And so
I get
for me,
shaky if I don't eat. I do.
yeah. And I didn't mind it, honestly. And I could teach and I could do the things because that worked for me. It's kind of like some people can eat before they work out and others can't.
Yep.
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. So to tell someone that this is going to work for them, and even though she's saying like, I mean, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but you are.
Yeah, she is.
You are telling them what to do.
Because I mean, as we can see, she has influence over people because Kat, her bestie,
Yeah.
is gut protocol, and fasting.
And
So
fasting.
she's trying it because she's
Didn't
listening.
is Tanya doing fasting as well?
She's
And-
been
Oh, is
fasting.
she?
And Letty.
Letty
And
has, yep.
yeah. Oh my gosh. If they got rid of their steak and Quest, then I will be happy because Quest is the protein powder that I like. That's the one. So if they got rid of it, I'd be very glad if Tom and Lisa, Bill, you are not there anymore. Okay. We're almost done.
Today's a 15-hour fast. And that's just because of where I'm at in my cycle and where the hormones are starting to transition to. So lots of amazing things. I just love learning it. Like, I absolutely love learning it. And I love getting to come on and share it with all of you guys. And I will continue to do that. So I hope everybody has a good day. My matcha does not have anything in it that is breaking my fast. So I'm okay to have my matcha, sip on this. And I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Good
Well,
morning, you
how
guys.
many calories is matcha? Hey Siri,
It depends on what she puts in it.
how many
Mhm.
calories is
So
matcha?
the next day she went in her
Here's what I
stories.
found from health.com. Matcha is low in calories.
Sorry, Siri's talking. I got it.
No,
I
you're
turned
good.
her off.
So she went live the next day or 2 days, maybe it was yesterday. And she said she was talking more about her hormones. And she's basically said she no longer produces cortisol. She was super high, super stressed with cortisol, and now she no longer produces. She is not producing cortisol anymore. That's
Wouldn't you
called
die?
Addison's disease, and that is dangerous.
How does she know this?
Apparently, her blood work, right? But if that was
Why
the
do they
case, it wouldn't be fasting. She would need to be
Why
on
do
medication.
Why do they let her
Yes,
see her
better
blood work?
Yes, she stopped
Why do
producing.
they- Do her doctors not see? Are they not friends with her on Instagram?
They don't care because she pays them.
That's what I was gonna say. And here it's like, oh my gosh, my gut health is so bad. Help me fix it. Okay, you did everything possible, and I took everything possible. There's still something wrong. So
And
now
now-
do this. And she
Yeah.
can find doctors that she can pay who will tell her what she wants to hear. Because at the end of the
Or
day,
they will, or they know that they can grift her into paying more by saying there's more problems when there actually aren't. So she talks about cortisol and being in a constant fight or flight forever. Over exercising does it. Under eating does that. Not recovering from workouts, not getting enough sleep, not
Oh.
drinking water. There's
What about not recovering from a surgery?
that too.
Mhm.
That too. Yeah, but actually next week I have one of my friends is coming in to talk to us about recovering from your workouts, no matter what level of a workout you're doing, and why it's important to take the recovery days and to sleep, because it does help you not stress.
Yes,
Exercise and stress.
I'm shaking my head because we never took our recovery days.
no, and
No,
I'm
never.
actually coming. I'm actually forcing myself today because yesterday I did a leg day and my legs hurt really bad. And I was not. I had it down to do a run or a walk on my treadmill, and I know that helps loosen up your legs. But I'm just going to do stretching, and I'm going to be okay with it. See, you guys get to watch me recover from my old hun mindset. If I talk it out, it helps a little bit.
Absolutely.
And you know what else? You know what else could help? The workout I sent you when I did your evaluation.
Yes, yes, I still got those. I'm so bad. This is why I'm not your customer. You would be like Cheryl.
Well, if
What
you
is
were,
wrong
I'd get
with
on your
you?
case even more.
Well,
God,
but
I have it.
here's when you talk about recovery days, Autumn even says, have your recovery days, but have active recovery. And it's like, no, you still have me working out, not like actually resting.
Yep.
It's
So-
just
Rest days and recovery days are different. They're in the training. There's a difference. Like a rest day is you're not doing anything structured. You might go for a walk, you clean your house, you get outside, and you take care, you run errands. Like that's a rest day. An active recovery day would be doing something active, like maybe going for a hike, going for a longer bike ride, doing a mobility workout, going yoga, like that. If you're strength training, those would be an active recovery day. The intensity is lower.
Didn't Shop have a recovery workout with it that I really liked? It was all stretching and
Yeah.
I think so. And I remember the recovery workout for insanity was the hardest one. That one.
Yes. You had to do it for what, the cardio recovery?
Yes, that was horrible. That was the hardest one.
One of the whole program.
It was the
Look.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I was
late
an athlete.
late to the
completed.
No idea what the prefrontal cortex says. Someone on Reddit just grabbed a screenshot of her story.
Oh, all right. We'll have to check out Reddit.
Prefrontal cortex is what Ashley Molstead talks about all the time, not being developed.
She's a whole nother issue.
Oh, amen. I mean, and I think that's where the problems come in. All of these coaches who decide that they're experts in various areas, and they talk with such authority that you believe them without thinking like critically. And maybe I should go out and do some research. It's like, no, they've already done all the work for me. I can just take what they say and I'm going to go.
Prefrontal, it's the brain that.
That's not right.
That's not right.
Oh,
who said the pre what?
Oh my Lord.
Well, and here's the problem: when you're just randomly sharing the things that you're learning as you're learning it, that's not really the best way to do something. I'm gonna have to look.
Somebody find out what this prefrontal cortex is.
The prefrontal cortex is our emotions and our thoughts. It's not learning and memory.
Maybe she was getting it mixed up with like, I know they say, I watch a lot of true crime. So I am an expert at this. And I listen to a lot of true crime. Anyways, they say that your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed until the age of 25. So they are trying to get like the age limit for when somebody commits a crime up to 25 because their brain is not fully developed, or their prefrontal cortex is not fully developed.
You guys, who I got a message from.
Who?
Ryan78.
Ryan!
I forgot. I've talked to Ryan in the past.
Is it? What did he say
Someone
to her?
told me talked about him.
So no, Ryan said, "Hey, I'm watching your live now. I'm Ryan78, who got told off by Autumn. LOL. I just told her that she's not eating healthy fats and eats bird food, and wonders why she's having all these hormonal issues. LOL. I told her her advice is dangerous and that people should consult their doctors, not her."
Go, Ryan!
Good for you.
Ryan, you are my hero, because here's the problem. If somebody doesn't agree with you, this is what I've told my kids. What you need to do is say, okay, is it or am I? So if someone is saying that I'm a bully, am I? And truly evaluate. If you are getting person after person after person saying you are contributing to disordered eating patterns, you are saying things that aren't true, you are doing this, instead of saying these guys are haters, maybe start saying, wow, maybe I should look into this. Yep. And maybe I should look at some of the things that they're saying.
And there's nothing wrong with reflecting on the stuff that you share and that you believe, like when people are actively telling you.
No, absolutely. And I think the other part is that then if you do find out that what you have been saying isn't right, you correct it.
Yep.
publicly.
Yeah.
And the problem with, in my opinion, Autumn and Carl is that they cannot say, I was wrong. Let me change this.
Yep.
That's all like
Nope.
anyone is saying.
Ryan 78, you're my hero.
Right? That's I responded back and I was like,
Was he blocked?
you win the week with that comment. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
I
So
asked a question from my burner account and I was not blocked. But
what
do you want to know what I asked? I asked, is this the same thing as gut protocol? Would I need to include this into my gut protocol program as well? Thank you. I think you're wonderful. That's what I said. So I didn't get blocked.
And
I acted like a hun.
Did you get any response to it?
No, ma'am. She didn't respond. And nobody else did.
That's one of the problems when you go to a one size fits all
Mhm.
MLM, you do not get answers to your questions. And the answers that you do get are most likely going to be
Nope.
from your coach who is not certified to do anything.
Correct.
So,
Yep.
Whew, this was a spicy one. This woman, like, just stop. But
She's just,
I can't.
It's going to get worse. She's going to keep going. We're going to keep having these lives. She's going to keep going in her stories,
Until
regurgitating the information from the course.
And then she'll
Just
release the
again,
program.
A 6-month hormone intensive course does not make you an expert. I have if it's going to be some sort of hormone nutrition plan, she will probably do a diet at first, which is what she did with gut protocol.
To get her before and
I see
after.
some sort of adrenal fatigue supplement coming. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
October
so I'm
is
just gonna
leadership, right?
Yes. Yep. Okay, Karina, if you do stop by one of her lives, if you could please screen record your
Yes.
comments so that we can enjoy them, because I'm just saying, you would definitely get under her skin.
Oh,
get-
yeah.
And you will get
Karina,
blocked,
you're going to be blocked.
but we would love to see it. So
I mean, I got told to shut up and go away when I asked her why she wasn't certified. That was,
Yep,
oh
absolutely.
my God, just go away. Why do you follow me? I don't. Somebody sent me your.
Well, and I will say, if can you all give links? Cheryl, Amy, and DC. I will put. I don't know.
You
okay.
can subscribe to mine. I don't really do anything on it yet. So
I don't know if
just follow me on Instagram.
I don't know if I might. I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to ruin DC's.
I think she just needs Amber's and Eloise. I'll put it in my chat.
Okay.
She does
Amber
need
and Jen's.
Amber's and Jen's.
Yeah. Oh, Karina's got it. Oh, Jessica did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Jessica, if you can put in Amber and Jen's. All right, so we are gonna try. I think we really want to try and do this.
Auntie Leslie said, "Oh my God, I'm a mod. I can do it."
I'm in a DC and I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, Thursdays are good for me, and I think Amber's off on Thursdays. So
Yeah, I think it'll probably be Thursdays. I'm hoping I should be able to do next Thursday, and then the following Thursday I am having a total knee replacement, and then medicated Amy will probably return maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that. So we'll see. We'll see how
y'all are about to get a medicated me if we don't get off here real soon, because I took some medicine, but it's not the kind of medicine
I gotta get the kids to karate.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us, and make sure go and like streams and all of the things. And we are so grateful for the live chat. You guys have been amazing today. And
As always.
Absolutely. And thank you, Karina. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Oh my, hold on real quick. The prefrontal cortex thing, came from her course. It's a screen prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that improves learning and memory. It's in her course. I'm done. Okay, I gotta go.
All right, friends, let friends go to the Integrative Institute of Nutrition. Bye.